we'll start more about DBMS as starting from the syllabus, right? You can see the PPT, right? DBMS, the what is the course objective and course outcome. What are the exam scheme? What are the how much credit to the subject? How the pattern of the exam? How the INSEM will be conducted? How much weightage has been given to the INSEM? As you can see in the structure of the university, INSEM having 30 marks, ENSEM having 70 marks, and weekly teaching hours is 3 hours, and credit to this subject is 3 as well. So to learn this subject, what is need or what is a prerequisite means what knowledge you should have. So to learn this subject, you should have the knowledge of discrete mathematics and data structure. So to learn this subject, I will clear one thing here. What is a course? Course is nothing but the subject. Like DBMS, you may have the course talk, you may have the course like daily. Means course means a subject. So for this course, database management system, what is the course objective? So from the university structure, you can see here what is the course objective behind to learn subject DBMS management system. To understand the fundamental concept of database management, this concept includes aspects of database design, database language, database system implementation. One more course objective behind this subject is to provide a strong formal foundation in database concept, technology, and the practices. To give systematic database design approach, converting conceptual design, logical design, and overview of the physical design. Be familiar with basic issue of transaction processing, concurrency control, to learn and understand the various database architecture and application, to learn a powerful, flexible, and scalable general purpose database to handle a big data. So these are the course objective has stated by adding the subject in third year. So what is the course outcome? Once the student has learned this subject, what will be the output? What student can able to do? What a student can implement once this DBMS subject learned by the student. So we briefly highlight the course outcome of this subject is design ER model for given requirement, convert same into database table, use database technique such as SQL, and use modern database techniques such as NoSQL, explain transaction management in relational database system, describe different database architecture and analysis, the use of appropriate architecture in real-time environment, and student will able to use advanced database programming concept, big data, and Hadoop. So these are the course outcome after the completion of this database management system. In short, it's called as the CO. CO course objective, CO course outcome. Now we'll start the first unit of this subject, database management system, and outline of the first unit is here. Introduction to database management system, purpose of DBMS system, database management system application, view of data, database language, database system structure, data models, database design and ER model. So in ER model, we are going to be see entity, attribute, relationship, constraint, keys, design process, entity relationship model, ER diagram, design issues, extended ER features, and converting ER and EER into a table. So these are the outline of this first unit. We are going, as we already said, we are going a normal way. So we'll see some of the topic from this unit. So what is database management system? To understand this, we should have the question, right? Like the what is data, what is information, what is record, what is database, what is management, what is system, and lastly, what is database management system. So we'll answer this one by one. Just wait, somebody is admitting here. So what is the data? Yeah. So you all heard about the data means, you know the data means, but if you going for the definition, what exactly it is? Data is a, we can say it is a lower level of the information, we can say, or it's sometimes it is called as a facts, or sometimes it is called as a statistics. Once you want to define it, data is nothing but a collection of the facts or figures or the statistics, and which is the lowest level of the information. So next is what is information? We can say it is the next level of the data. So information is a process data. Once the data is processed, and what is the outcome you get from the processed data is nothing but the information. So in other way, one can say data is nothing but a process information. So again, we can say data is nothing but the input and information is output. If data is a process, you will get the information as output. Briefly, data is a raw information or facts or the statistics. Information is a process data. So what is the records? Record is the next level. It's simply a collection of information. As going forward, one more definition will come, which are closely relevant to the database. The definition of the record, which will slightly change later on. But right now, record is nothing but the collection of information. Now, what is a database? Collection of records is nothing but a database. This is a simple definition. Collection, sometimes database is called as a collection of data. In some book, sometimes it is called as a collection of information. Sometimes it is called as a collection of record. Yeah, these all definitions are correct. But which is the more correct one? Yeah. So what is the data? Right now we can say database is a collection of data. So we adding flavor to this database definition one by one. So slightly I will change now a definition of database. Collection of logical data is a database, which are more relevant to the subject, which is a DBMS. So I'm revising the definition of database again. Collection of logical data is nothing but the database. Collection of logical data is nothing but a database. So now, what is the management? You may know that the definition of management, but again, I'm here defining the definition of management. So as we know, database collection of the data, collection of logical data. What is the management? Management means synchronization of all the data, all the activity in particular system. Synchronization of all the activity in a system is nothing but the management. So what is the system? System is nothing but which has the input, processes it and gives the output. So in case of DBMS, so system has the data input, it has certain processing parts and it gives the output. So this totally is together is called a system, which has the input, which have the processing part and which having the output is nothing but the system. So now we'll make the concrete definition of the subject database management system. Now listen carefully. What is the database management system? So database management system is nothing but the collection of logical interrelated data and set of utilities or the service program to manage, to access, to modify those data. Together act as a DBMS, database management system. Again, I'm revising it. Database management system is nothing but collection of interrelated logical data along with set of utilities and service program to modify, to access those data. So the data along with set of program. So you know, set of utilities, set of services. As we all know, utilities, services, one and the same. So these are written in terms of program. So data along with set of utilities, set of service program together act as a DBMS. So hope you understood the definition of DBMS. Like let's take example university database management system. So university has the student database, student records, and along with set of program to manage those data. For example, student can see the result by sitting at the home. So you can view the result. View is the program and result statistics which is stored at the backend at the university location. So by using that program, you can see the result. So that is the utilities, that is the service. View is the utilities or service provided by the database administrator to the user. So data is a statistic which are at the university location. On the top of that, there is certain program. Like you have the view utility. Administrator can change, update, delete those data. So this delete, update, add, these all are the utilities or service written in the programs. So in short, this program and the data together act as a DBMS. So now going forwards of the next topic from this unit. So what is the purpose of this database system? Generally, database system nothing but the DBMS, database management system or database system or DBMS.